much quicker. Now, one of the other things I wanted to get into is materials. Now, materials and textures are a little bit different. Materials are things that you can sort of interact with. And with interacting, I mean by, for example, water. You can swim in it, lava. If you jump into it, you're going to die. Things called clips, no clips. All these various different things fall into the category of materials. So let me go ahead and I'm going to make a pool right now in the backyard. Let's go ahead and make a nice little pool. Bring up the real estate value of this particular house. So I'm going to go ahead and make my grid size a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go ahead and just put the pool over here. And I'm going to push it down so I can do the depth of the pool. So that's pretty deep. I like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on my mouse, the outside, the edge of it. Right there. Okay? Now if you make a mistake and you can't fill up the whole thing, what you can always do is just right click and keep right clicking, and eventually it's going to extend that selection. So that's pretty good. It's covering the entire pool. Now what I'm going to do is press F3, and we're going to go to materials. These are where my materials are located at. So we have a lot of different ones here. From clip, glass, lava, no clip, water, respawn, alpha, and AI clip. And let's go over each one. Let's go with the water. So I'm going to go ahead and select on the water. And now it's applied a water material, but it doesn't look like water. But you need to go to game mode to see what it really looks like. So if you go to game mode, now we have the reflections, we have the waves on here. It looks a lot more realistic. So we can jump into it. We're actually swimming in it right now. So the controls are pretty basic. Just basically look up and move forward. That's all. So we can also jump out of it. Okay. Let's try lava. So we're going to go ahead and create a little lava pit here. Let's push that down. And that's pretty good. And again, I'm going to right click on the outside. Actually, instead of doing that, let's make it a little bit more interesting here. I'm going to make lava, but only let's see, let's push it down even more. Here we go, this is good. So I'm going to make lava, but I'm only going to make it on this little area, this middle area. So you notice this is going to be the width of the lava. I'm going to go ahead and press F3. Materials. Lava. Okay, so now, if I jump into it, I automatically die. And I'm just sinking through right there, and it should eventually disappear. There we go. Since it was just a little layer, now we're going to go ahead and, oops, remember if your character does die, go ahead and press spacebar, bring him back to life. Or you just do what I just did. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually put water on top. So you can actually stack materials on top of each other and come up with some really crazy combinations. So here's my water. So now I have a little bit of a gameplay challenge. I have to get to the other side, and if I sink too far down, my character will die. Now obviously this is a little too easy because I made my water pretty thick. But if I made it very thin, by changing the grid size to maybe, for example, this one, this would definitely make it a lot more challenging and a little bit more fun. Let's actually try it. I haven't really tried it this small before. Let's just see what happens. Okay, some materials, water. It's got a tiny little layer of water and lava underneath. So I didn't even make it. Let me try one more time here. I have to jump very quickly. You're going to have some fast reflexes just to get to the other side. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But you can make your game much more challenging just by kind of combining these different materials together. Let's find out some other materials and play around with them. Let's go over clip. Now, have you ever played a video game before where you're trying to fall off the edge of a map, or you're trying to get across somewhere, but there seems to be this invisible wall that's kind of stopping you? That's probably because the game designers created a clip in the game. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make a clip for the stairs here. So I don't want my character to fall off the edge of the edge and fall to the floor here. So what I'm going to do is I need to actually make actual geometry. I just build it up here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it. So I'm going to select one side. Now the other side. And press F3, bring up my materials. Let's go to clip. And what I'm going to do is just use my scroll wheel just to push away the geometry and add the material. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side here. So left click, right click. F3, materials, clip, push it away. And now, let me go to the third person mode here. When I try to walk, it will not let me. Obviously I can see it in edit mode, but I can't see it in game mode. Now there's something the exact opposite. There's something called a no clip. Now this is when you have a wall here that you can actually walk through. So if, for example, we had sort of a hidden treasure chest on the other side or passageway, we can kind of combine a no clip to allow us to get to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a different texture because I want to show the character or the player that there's some sort of variation on this wall and there's something different about it with the rest of the level. So, and you use textures often to sort of convey a sort of a direction or a sense of skill for the player to kind of get across. So they're very, very helpful. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and press F3. I'm going to go to my materials and I'm going to go to my no clip. Once I click on my no clip, I don't have to use my scroll wheel. I just kind of just go in, and now, as you can see, I'm actually going through the wall. Okay? Let's find out a few more. Let's go over respawn. Now, respawn is an area where your character will automatically die when he touches it. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to respawn right here. And what I did was I put it in this little section of the doorway. And I don't want to be too cruel, so I want to at least let the player know that there's something bad over here. And I'm going to actually use these glowing textures here at the bottom. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, there's a few more. These textures actually glow. So if I click on, this is on my first texture menu. I click on it. Now, there's obviously something going on here. Something's not right. Now, if I walk through it, my character automatically dies. This comes in really handy if you're making like a torch, or maybe some vines, or like some thorns, or an area where your character falls off and you want him to automatically die when he touches it. That's when you would use a respawn, which is really great. Okay, so let me show you some other sort of techniques. I'm gonna show you an alpha. So with alpha, I'm gonna go ahead and select these objects here. I'm gonna go ahead and press F3. Materials, and go to alpha. So when I press on alpha, oops, I didn't bring my character back to life. What it does is it makes a see-through texture. It's very similar to glass, except it applies a texture to it. And I can't walk through it. I'll just make some glass right now, since I haven't done that yet. I'll just apply it right here. Go to my materials, go to my glass, and now I have my glass, and unfortunately I can't break it. I don't know how. If you guys figure out how to break glass, that would be great. But you can actually see through it, and that's it. So the last one I want to go over is the AI clip. Now it's exactly what it sounds like. It's basically creating a clip that almost, or that actually prevents your AI character or a creature to get through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it to this little area. I'm going to make like sort of a little fence area here, and I'm going to put it right here. Okay, so I have a little area right here for my creature. And if you haven't gone over creatures yet, I'm going to do it really quickly. Don't worry, we have another video tutorial that will show you how and go in depth with it. Press F3 here. I'm going to go to my type, creature, and I'm going to go ahead and just pick the rat. Now if I press E one more time, I loaded my creature in here. So now you notice this rat cannot get across the AI clip, but I can go through it. So this is a great way to sort of control your characters, where you want them to go, kind of limit their movement. Oh my gosh, looks like the rat actually jumped out. That is a very smart rat. If I had some cheese, I think I would give it to him just as a reward. But it looks like it just wasn't high enough, so if I actually built this AI clip a little bit higher, he wouldn't be able to get out. But that's just basically a quick tutorial on the materials. And actually, let me show you how to clear out the material. So if you go ahead and select the material again, press F3, go to materials, go to material clear. We can have our materials disappear. It's just basically deleting them. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. Material, material clear, now it's gone. And my rat seems like he's very happy that he's not stuck in a cage anymore. Okay, so that is, yep, a quick little tutorial into textures and how to apply them to your map. Also, materials and how to utilize your materials and put them into the game. And if you guys have any questions, check out our website, C3Cyberclub.com. You can also check out the Platinum Arts website. They have some really great tutorials on there. And I hope to see you guys again. Bye-bye.